Okay, more stuff I like. Not this part. That's but ugly. And this part here, I don't really like this part either, but at least it's go fast parts. Alright, so it's a nitrous system for whatever you want to put on. So this has a little small Sneaky Peek bottle, which is probably like 1.5 pounds or something. It's got a nice big gauge on. The gauge is bigger than a tank. And it's got these fancy looking brackets on here. That is some big dollar crap. So it looks like this is made to go in the front of the frame. Probably goes right about in here on a regular bike. So there you go. We got a fancy knob on that thing. Oh, it must be empty. No fuel is coming out. And that is a fancy, fancy knob. I bet you that's a... Whoa, it's discounted. That's probably $400 or $500 there for that pile of crap. Yeah, good thing I'm not buying it. Alright, so anyway, this is the rest of the stuff you need on a nitrous system. So you have a fuel pump, electric, because it relies on fuel pressure to make the system work. So you can have a little small fuel pump. So that's what this is. And you go through a filter, and then you go right into your fuel solenoid. And that's fuels whatever you're burning, gasoline, nitro, oh that's my bike, alcohol, oh, that's my bike too, you know, alcohol, gasohol, E85, you know, that's the stuff that goes through the solenoid. Over here, this is your gas solenoid, so gas is going to be the good stuff. That'd be called the stuff that's in that bottle right there. That's the nitrous. So that's what these are for. So that's how they're supposed to work. So this one here has the little plastic hoses on it for feeding. There's the hose. So these go to little fogger nozzles. So they got these are funnel shaped, usually jet styles. These little plastic things. So these little thin tubes are easy to hide. These little small little nitrous solenoids are really easy to hide. And fuel pumps easy to hide. So all this stuff's pretty easy to hide. See, my bike I do things a little differently. I have a real bottle. So that's that little small one there on the tail. So it goes from there all the way up to the handle. It's up over here. There it is. Handle. See the handle up there? Right there where it says shut off valve. Yeah, there you go. So that's a 10-pound bottle. That's a real bottle. That there, that's good for about maybe 2 gears, 3, maybe if you're lucky. That's good for almost 2 passes. So there you go. Now I use big solenoids. See, mine are next size up. And these little dinky things here. These are little Maple Leaf ones. See, Maple Leaf big ones. See, big difference. So me, I'm using a 3/8" fuel line feeding them, and then we have our stainless steel tubing coming out to feed everything with. And the nitrous obviously is the one here. So these are both fuel on this side, and nitrous is on these other ones on the other side. Those are nitrous over there, the blue ones. So there you go. So these here you feed into a fogger nozzle. That's a fogger nozzle because you got 2 fuels coming together. They mix and they go in the manifold. This one here is just a direct feed. This is fuel only. This just dumps right in the manifold, fuel only. So I actually have one of those little sneaky solenoids sitting right down under here. This line's going to one of them. You can't see it back in there, but see that aluminum bracket right there? Behind that is one of these little solenoids like this. One of those sitting in there. And that's that just puts fuel up in the motor up here just to cool things off a little bit. So when you're running big stuff, you got bigger hoses, bigger fuel lines. This is my nitrous stuff coming down through here. Then you obviously got your fuel pump up here. Mine's a little bit bigger than that little small one right here. Yeah, mine's a little bit bigger. Goes all the way to the side of the bike over there. And you know, my fuel lines are a little bigger too. So anyway, that's how you got a real nitrous system. This here over here, these are for little small ones. These are, you know, if you only want to go, you know, an extra 20, 30 horsepower, these are good for that. These things probably max out at about 100 horsepower. That's about all those are good for. That's pushing it, probably more like 80. And those ones up there, those things there will support 250 horsepower each. So they're a little bit bigger. So yeah, there you go. That's how that goes. And this is the nitrous fuel line coming down here in the bottle. This would hook up to your bottle right here. This should be that -4 hose hookup right there. That's your feed line. And there you go. self-contained system. So these are really easy to hide on the bike if you got a toolbox or something. Just throw them in the saddlebag, whatever. Or if you want to flaunt it, you peg it out in the breeze. But here, that's how the nitrous works. All you need is a button to push and hold on. It runs great until it blows up. Not that I would ever blow up anything that I ever rode. Yeah, there you go. So anyway, small stuff and big stuff.